Welcome to the Life Without Iano's podcast. I'm Yayon's house.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, guys!
Okay, actually, medyo late na tayo sa Happy New
Oo
Year.
nga. Pero Happy New Year pa rin because for us, it's a New Year because it's the first episode that we're...
Yeah, and we just really want to apologize because we really promised to post one episode per week.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, it's a Monday morning. But the holiday season happened.
Yes.
And what happened during the holiday season?
It got pretty hectic because all of my family from Australia was over here, and it was actually the first time where I think we hosted like a big gathering.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, our family alone is big enough. And then I had my two ates here, my nephews, my niece, of course, their partners.
Right.
Their partner.
Oh,
And then we went from one place to another.
man.
We went from...
Bataan. So 23 to 25, we went to Bataan, which is a land trip.
Yes.
By the way, mind you, all our helpers were also
On holiday.
on holiday break until the 3rd. So we went to Bataan 23-25 road trip. I drove, such a fun trip. Then we had to fly to a wedding in Boracay,
Yes.
27 to 30.
Yes.
Now that was challenging.
Yes.
All four kids.
For all four kids.
All four kids.
And then it didn't stop there.
And stop there. Where did we go for New Year?
We had to come back and then prepare to go to Taytay naman for the New Year.
For the New Year. Congratulations on building your
our playground. On our tiny home.
Tiny home.
It really is a tiny home. I promise you that, and I will show you guys videos of it for you to realize that it really is a tiny home. I've seen message parang tiny.
No,
it really is a tiny
it's
home.
super tiny. It's like more of a playground more than anything.
Hindi kami pa-humble, hindi.
And
It's
a
really
lot of
a tiny home.
people are, so
Lilipat na
you're
kayo.
leaving Ortigas, and we're like, no.
No.
We're staying here in Ortigas probably forever.
We're happy in our condo.
Yeah, but eventually we're gonna let other people enjoy the place in
so
Taytay. Beautiful place.
We'll show that to you guys.
Good job. Really good job. Congratulations.
Good job to us. Kasi 2023.
Yeah.
Nairaos natin ang the end part of 2022, and we are alive here in 2023.
We are barely alive. We are.
But you know what, love? I have to say, it was pretty hectic, and although there may have been, things that didn't really get our 2023 off to a good start, like
And the flat tire also.
the flat tire, the cough.
Right.
Actually, I mean, just recently, naubusan ka pa ng battery ng scooter mo.
Right.
So there have been
Part of it.
odd things happening in the start of our 2023, but
We're good.
yeah, we're good.
We're good.
It doesn't mean it's gonna set the tone for our 2023.
Absolutely. So now what we want to talk about is bye 2022, and we also want to say goodbye to other stuff. Tama?
Can I just say there, love?
Okay.
Medyo hirap ako letting go of 2022.
But wala na yung 2022.
I know,
The ship
but
has sailed.
I know, but it
I
was.
know, I get you,
It
I get
was
you.
such, and I know not everybody can say this. It was
Okay.
such a good year for us. Well, specifically for me, I really felt how great a year 2022 was for me. Because there are some people that parang, okay, done with this year. Okay, put in the past. Now let's move on.
Yeah. Kanya-kanya. It's different.
It actually turned out to be.
Is it because of your journey with God? Tama ba? That's one?
I really think so.
Oh, no,
I really think
so
it
for
was,
a lot of people don't know, she started reading the Bible like verse every single page, and you were able to finish the Bible.
I was able to finish the Bible for the first time in my life.
For the first time, December 26th, 27th?
I finished it just before the year ended.
Just before the year ended. So
Yeah.
she does that every single morning. But yeah, good job.
And I think it was through that journey that I guess I also got to experience, his blessings and his grace.
Right.
And that's why 2022 was such an awesome year. So 2023, I don't know if you can top it, but Bring it on.
Hey, it could be hard to top, but at the same time, for me, every single year is definitely a year to remember because it's always going to be like constantly learning through bad experiences, good experiences, and whatever. But anyway,
it's always a year and it's always a new day of chances to learn, a chance to grow.
Yeah, but right now we really have the chance to declutter the house. So I think it's time to let go.
chance to let go of some things because that is the topic of our episode.
Right. So we're going to be talking about letting go of,
welcome to Life with the Arellano's podcast.
Oh, we did na a while ago.
Did you say it?
No, it was the intro usually.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
So,
kasi ang tagal Tagal na namin
you want to do it again? Sige, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Life with the Arellano's podcast.
Okay.
In Leon's house. But yeah, I think if we were to pretty much do a brief outline or a summary of what we want to discuss today, it's letting go of tangible things, stuff.
Mm-hmm. And material things.
Yeah. And letting go of
maybe emotions.
Could be emotions.
Emotional things.
Yeah. Which could be embedded in the heart and in the mind. It's all up there.
Could be things of the past.
Yep, absolutely. So let's start with stuff.
Okay, so first, what are things you realize that you have a hard time letting go of?
It's not, like what I mentioned a while ago, it's not, I don't have any connection with most of the stuff that we have.
Not naman a connection, but attachment.
Yeah, attachment. These are just things to me. It's the prioritizing the time to declutter.
Having the time to actually
that which I should really prioritize. Like I should literally put but we're using my phone. I have to put in the calendar. Sabi ko talaga literally put a reminder sa phone ko sa calendar to actually spend X amount of hours decluttering our closet with clothes, jackets, shoes, and what. And anyway, yun lang naman yun. It's just finding the time.
And I think that also becomes a point of
which I can't wait though. I can't wait to have a clean house, even though I'm not the most organized person. But
honestly, I don't know if we'll ever have an IG ready home. Actually, natuwa nga ako kasi ni Chris and Slater. Natuwa ako kasi nakita ko sa isang post ni Chris that their lounge room also has turned into not in the playroom of Scotty. And so I messaged her, I said, yes, I don't feel so bad. I know that your home is always IG ready, but this is proof that this is really what happens when you have kids.
Yeah. I shout out to them.
They have such a beautiful home.
Beautiful home, beautiful couple, beautiful family, beautiful content, whatever they produce. Oh, high up, galing. But anyway, how about you?
Love, wait. Teka lang. Okay, wait. Do you say that you don't have an attachment to things?
Yeah.
But why is it when I was trying to declutter cups and mugs, hindi mo ma-let go yung iba?
Bakit nga ba?
Kahit, and these are cups na feeling ko, kunwari, may branding. And I'll be like, okay, he's not gonna want to keep this. But he'll be like, it's actually a nice cup. Do we keep it?
Well,
and he'll be like, just keep it. Sayang eh.
When it comes to coffee cups, I just use 2 coffee cups.
Yeah.
One, the DS one, which has a fat lip because it really reminds me of when my papa would bring me to the Unimart in and then early in the morning I'd go to Mr. Donut, and then they had like those fat lip cups, the brown ones. Ako hot chocolate, syempre dad ko coffee. That's why I'm holding on to that.
Okay.
And then I'm just and right now I'm using the what's it, bread butter? Ano sa may Rockwell? But it's a red cup. That's what I use every morning.
Okay.
It's just a cup. It's just a red cup that I use. That's pretty much it. I think what you're saying are like my whiskey glass.
Yeah, there's one.
The whiskey glass kasi the pink one.
The glasses.
The pink one kasi I made. in Japan.
Hindi ko naman nililet go yun eh, but the other ones, like the ones that come in the boxes along with the whatever drink.
Talaga? Okay, sige, bye-bye na yan.
Talaga?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, thank goodness.
See? That easy.
Okay, it's that easy.
It's that easy.
Okay, ako.
Check.
I have a hard time letting go of. I'm quite the sentimental person.
Super.
You know
super.
that, love. So, yung tipong mga airplane tickets, I'm gonna keep those things.
You actually kept the, the like those small
Your notes?
letters or notes.
I keep your notes. I keep your notes. My goodness, love, I still have the shoes and the shoe box
Oh, yeah.
that you gave me. Was that 2004?
2004.
When I started college?
I remember. 2004, yeah.
Diba? Mm-hmm. I've kept that. I don't use the shoes. And yeah, it might be eating up some of the space, but
Oh, yes.
you know, like stuff like
I
this,
remember,
I can't let go of.
Which I appreciate. It's funny, I'm not the type of person, but I appreciate you keeping it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm... Like,
or maybe you also appreciate it because it also shows you that it means something to me.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%.
So yeah, like stuff like that. You know what I'm really having a hard time letting go of? The baby clothes.
The baby clothes, yeah.
The baby clothes. Because I've reached a point where it's like, you know, Drew and I have spoken about it and we've decided that, you know, 4 is enough.
I think 4 is more than enough.
Is enough. So
we don't get us wrong. We just want to go forth and multiply. Lalo na when we see, you know, age of Alana, so cute. Age of Duduy right now, Astro.
and just
oh my
when you
God,
see them interact, it's a trap. I'm telling you, it's a trap.
It's a trap, but at the same time, syempre, we have to be very practical about it. I mean, yeah, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
So you're having a hard time letting go of the clothes na ni-recycle natin from
Yes.
the first baby.
Because if in the past, I've just been having to put them aside, thinking, okay, for the next baby na to, okay, for the next baby na to. Now that Astro is outgrowing these clothes, it's like, I can't just say for the next baby na to because
Yeah.
mukhang wala na, guys.
Yeah.
So, yun, these are the things that I'm having a hard time letting go of because these are clothes na hindi lang ginamit ni Astro, but ginamit din ni Alana, ginamit din ni Leon, ginamit din ni Primo.
And don't get me wrong, me too, na parang, oh, I remember this. Lalo na kapag you passed it on na nasuot na ng number 2, tas number 3, tas number 4, ngayon si Astro, parang, oh, I remember smelling this.
Diba? So,
I get you, yeah, I totally get it. Keep them all. Just keep them all.
So
for us to sniff.
So this is my dilemma right now, letting go of these things. And another thing, love, my maternity pants. Na for some, na hindi ko actually masyado nagamit kay Astro at kay Alana because we were in the pandemic and we didn't really have to we weren't really leaving the house, so I didn't have to wear those jeans. But I don't have it in me to let go of these things. So ang ginagawa ko na lang, love, pinapahiram ko na lang siya sa mga malalapit sa akin. So recently, like Jenny.
Right.
I was like, Jenny,
they're gonna make use of that for
I'm
sure.
like, I don't want to give these pants away, but
please use them.
if I'm lending them to you, it doesn't feel like I'm giving them away. So please use them.
Yeah.
So yun, I'm not exactly letting go.
Okay, can I?
Hirap talaga ako, guys.
Can I just? And I'm gonna throw Javi under the bus.
Why?
Here.
Why?
So I had this bicycle. It's a 7 titanium bicycle, and if it's a 7, it's like personalized. So they measure you here, and then
I know this.
they measure you here, and then of course the local bike shop will talk to 7 in Boston, yata. Anyway, and then they send the frame over.
Oh.
So of course I used it. And then Javi wanted to buy it. Javi's our best friend and business partner. Sabi niya, hey, don't worry. At least it's still in the
me.
It's
still
with me.
in the family.
Still in the family. Lo and behold, binenta din. Although, tama naman siya eh. Kasi parang kung hindi nagagamit, this was before the second surge or the resurgence of cycling during the pandemic. So talagang, tama naman eh. Mautak lang talaga si Javi. It's just that, I just had to bring it up. Anyway.
But that was something you were having a hard time letting go of.
Yeah, but if it's nga part of the family, like what you said, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
So Jenny, please wag mo ibenta yung mga pagkalan ko. Yung mga pinahiram ko mga pantalon sa'yo, ha? So yeah, these are the things that I'm currently struggling with letting go of.
Right. Okay, so sabihin natin
Jackets!
Alam mo, you know why? Feeling ko kasi, hindi totoong global warming. Lalamig talaga dito sa Pilipinas.
Okay, clearly we are still in denial here. We don't understand what our thing is with jackets, but we...
I'm trying to...
And we keep on buying pa.
No, I don't... hey, I don't buy anymore.
What?
No.
Ay, di ba? Ako na lang ba?
So,
Okay.
outside looking in, I'm thinking about it now and visually thinking about it. You know, the space of the jackets now pretty much takes up 1/4 of all the of total cabinets.
Of our clothes, yeah.
1/4.
Yeah.
Do we have a winter season here?
No.
I know, right? We need to let go. I think, you know what? I started this podcast to actually...
For you.
For us.
For us.
For us. To be better people. Yes. I think we need to start letting go.
Okay, we really have to. And you know what?
Bigyan ng jacket yan.
Bigyan ng jacket yan. Guys, and we're talking about really nice jackets, but wala, it
Doesn't really matter if it's nice or not. If we're not using them properly, let's go to Hokkaido. Anyway,
I think that's our excuse to look for places to go in winter to use those jackets.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know they say, right? 2-degree change lang ng weather dito sa Manila. Wow, naka-boots na yung mga tao, tapos
diba?
naka-sweater
Wow, naka-jacket.
Naka-jacket. Anyway.
Okay, so these are just the material things.
Yeah.
Are we ready to talk about the more emotional things that we should...
The deeper, the more substantial and serious talk? Real talk?
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Like what?
Like what?
Maybe habits.
Let's start with habits.
We can talk about our own habits that we want to let go of, or my habits that sometimes you let slip, but there are also times when you feel like it's got to be addressed. Like I'm guilty of, I know of what habit.
What habit?
Yeah, I know you just want me to admit.
No, I don't know.
Time.
Okay,
Miska.
No. Hey, don't get me wrong.
With time.
You are getting better by the day.
I think I'm shedding a minute per year.
No.
I'm shedding a minute per year. I'm shedding a minute per year.
But hey, what's important is you're improving and you are more mindful. I have to say, you are.
And there is a fear inside of me when I know that I'm dealing with time and Drew is in the picture. Of course, I want to be able to apply this not just you, but with everything, with my work, with my call times,
with Primo's homeschooling schedule now.
Yes,
parang ganyan,
yes.
Absolutely. Because it's funny because kung ano yung ginagawa natin, mami-mirror din sa gagawin nila.
Ng mga anak natin.
Ng mga anak natin.
Thank God, Primo is more like you in terms of punctuality. He's very conscious of time.
Is he very conscious?
He's very conscious of time. That's why it's hard to tell him if he asks how many more minutes.
Because
right?
Correct, you're right.
So yeah.
Right.
But see, that's something for me that I think you couldn't just let go. You actually had to talk to me about that, and it's become an issue for us.
It was
right,
but we talked about it, and it can't be just, hey buddy. Speaking of, we talked about it, and it can't just happen overnight.
Yeah.
Right. The progress for getting better at that habit that you want to work on.
Yeah, that
takes time.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing, especially when these things are habits.
Hard to break. So that 21-day habit.
It's a thing. It's a struggle. It's a daily struggle. So you might get it one day, and then the next day you've missed it again, and then you have to remind yourself, okay, wait, I'm working on this. So you just have to keep on working on that. So
ako naman feeling ko, you know what, and I think it should be. Sorry.
I think it was really important, love, that you actually told that to me. Because I know that for a time, I know for a time you didn't really say anything about it. When was it that you felt like, oh, okay, wait, obviously it's not a big deal for me, but it's a big deal for you, so you needed to address it?
I think the dynamic of our partnership, ever since before, I never hold back. I really like fire away, and hopefully not get how should I say this, a negative and violent reaction.
Okay.
Diba sometimes you wanna like, you're gonna walk on eggshells when you fire away something because nga parang it might hurt the other person or whatever. I think ever since before naman we've been very vocal on things. That's why it's great that we do address it because we are open to improve. You know?
Yeah.
Diba? Feeling ko yun naman yan eh.
Okay.
Feeling ko naman yan eh.
Ikaw, are there other...
Yeah, I really want to work on like
What do you want to let go of?
not whipping out my phone and be like checking the phone. Like I really want to start with, okay, if it's like dinner time, like parang gusto kong lagay sa safe. Kasi it's just like it's such a
habit.
It's such a bad habit eh. You know, when you whip out, feeling ko that if there's one thing that I want to
You want
change,
to let go of that habit.
I want to let go of that habit. I want to change that habit. You know what I mean? Yeah, pretty much. What else in your mind?
How about like, are there things, other things that with me that you want to deal with that you feel like you've been actually letting go of, but
no, I never do.
should actually.
I never do it. That's a thing, but we've seen that trait with friends. You know that, and of course it didn't work out because nga the lack of communication. I think for us naman, we don't just let it go. We actually have. I'd like to think that we have this healthy relationship nga na ever since before communication was key in order to be a better couple and eventually become better parents, right? But
Well, there are like some things that I can think of that I choose to let go of because I think it's something that I can live with, and there are some things that you kind of like choose your battles.
Yeah.
But you let go of it
Tama.
because it's really not so much of a like just being clean around the house.
Right.
Like sometimes I can just let it go. And then there are other times I'm like, love, we need to
Yes.
work on this together.
Right. And like what you said, how I think it's also part of the maturity of sabihin natin baka before if our partnership was not that, how should I say this, parang synced. Baka kuminsan baka volatile yung history natin, then automatically yung ano mo, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I think as a couple, because I feel that we've matured so much na parang we don't sweat the small stuff anymore like before.
And until today, I still make an effort to try not sweat the small stuff because you know me, love.
Yeah.
I am actually one that sweats the small stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
That's why I try to let go of the moments na kunwari, you're so conscious of time, right? And then sometimes I know that I feel like I get so agitated when it's like, okay, Drew's so conscious of time, and yet he'll leave this on the floor, and which I'll have to clean up, and then just when I'm already rushing to get to you in the car at a certain time, I'm like, and then this is gonna add to my time.
Yeah.
Malilate ako, and then
Which you feel the need to actually
to
because
do
it's part of
because
your,
it's me.
part of your personality.
I need to do this, and then I need to check on this, and then I need to make sure that the kids.
So ako pala may kasalanan kaya late.
So like things like that. So love, that's my challenge to myself, where I need to let go of these things, and if it's not. Like you've had to remind me, na love, if it's not something that needs to be dealt with now, then do it later. Maybe when we get home.
You know what?
But the thing is, right now, we need to be
Yeah.
at this meeting. So,
it's funny because when it comes to time kasi, di ba, parang if you set the time, then you're respecting the time and the people who agreed with the time.
Yeah.
So sometimes if I have a loaded week, I look at my calendar and like, oh my goodness. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Speaking of like just letting go, parang, all right, one at a time tayo.
okay.
I'm letting go of the future first.
Okay.
If that kind of matches our topic rin, di ba? Kasi parang you let go of that, don't sweat it first, focus
Parang don't get ahead of yourself.
in the now.
Yeah.
And then do your task now, like I guess where you're coming
I get
from.
what you mean because you're already thinking of everything that you need to do.
Then you're gonna be stressed out.
So let go of the things that you don't need to work on right now.
Yeah, because you can't control that.
Yeah.
You can control the now. I think that kind of helps me, lessen my stress when it comes to
and being overwhelmed.
Yeah, when it comes to workload. That's
true. Actually, that's how I feel when I have all these dated postings. I see, like, I have a post for this, I have a post for that, I have to edit, I have to shoot and edit this, and oh my goodness.
You know why?
It gets overwhelming.
Also, because it's in your personality to overthink. Okay.
It is.
You overthink.
It is, and also
and then
a
you're
perfectionist.
very meticulous.
Yeah.
And sometimes I tell you gotta choose your battles. You have so much stuff to do. You gotta choose your battles.
And even with the kids, sometimes it's like, no, it needs to be this way. No, I know that I can do better.
Right.
And I need to just relax. Relax. And let. But you know what, love?
Okay.
I really feel. This is why I feel that God really works in my life and He works in my heart because He moves me in ways that only He can. Because the real me would be this, like that.
Talaga? Is that the real you? Wait, I haven't seen the real you?
No,
Wait.
yun nga. I feel that it's God nga in me that's helping me let go.
That's good.
Because normally it would be such an effort na parang hindi eh. But that's why I know that it's God because He moves me in ways that only He can. And it wouldn't all just be me working on it.
Correct.
So, thank you, Lord.
Thanks, man.
Because it also helps Him deal with me. But so these are, it's funny, like sometimes you don't realize the things that you're actually struggling letting go of until you start voicing them out.
Yeah.
That's why it's nice to talk about these things, guys.
It's nice to, I mean, like, of course we are very lucky to have this type of personality that is very outgoing, very vocal. And would like to communicate, and would like to share good and bad experiences, with other people. And yun nga, for others it might not be the same.
Yeah.
So if you guys you have a passive personality, if you guys right from the very beginning are afraid to speak out, communicate, who knows? Kasi the friends won't know, the family members won't know if you don't actually talk about it.
You don't have to tell the world.
You don't have to tell the world.
Tell someone.
At least someone.
Someone that you think might actually be able to help you.
Not in the mirror. That's another someone. But that's...
Tito boy.
Hindi kinakausap mo yung sarili mo sa mirror.
No, but love, I think this would be a great chance for you to share your story with you at work and how you had to let go of certain things.
Which one?
UH.
Yeah. So
I think because maybe it might be easier for you guys to also relate if you're dealing with something at work.
Everyone goes through this, I think, phase. So I was with UH for 10 years. I went. I was hired. I was so happy to be hired because I was always a morning person, and I love to just be a sponge, absorb, because it is new territory for me. Lalo na when it comes to live hosting or speaking in Tagalog and whatever.
I mean, let's just say this is what you'd prefer over acting.
Correct, but at the same time, it was still a hurdle because it was something new to me.
Yeah.
All the pressures of being a satellite host, going to different locations and so on and so forth, until I reached the point wherein teka lang, parang until I reached a point na I was stressing on certain things.
Like what?
Like
Information being fed to you?
absolutely information being fed to me because it was.
The amount of time?
It's a live show. The format of a live show is it's people are just like stress levels are so high.
Yeah.
Everyone's like stressed out. You know.
But live show, you're like everyone's on the edge of their seats.
Yeah, this is a daily live show, and people, and kudos to the people because they had to produce
Every day.
They had to do their own research every day.
Yeah.
So it's just high stress, and for a time, na parang I was also stressing out, right? But then it reached the point wherein, you know what? I gotta control my emotions.
Yeah.
I need to, try to cancel out the noise
Yes.
in order to do my job.
Uh-huh.
But then, it's like, okay, don't sweat the small stuff anymore. But it came to a point wherein, teka, I'm not caring anymore. I think this is what they call silent quitting.
Okay.
There's a term for that na parang you're so stressed out na you're like, you know what? But you're still there, So that kind of happened to
So
me.
is this a good kind of letting go?
Yes and no, because initially it is probably your body's and your mind telling you na parang, man, hold on, I don't want to care muna.
But you were letting it go because you could see the stress and how it was affecting you.
And it became a positive thing when I acted on it. When I had to put my foot down. When I said, okay, I think my time here is done. Thank you so much for everything that I learned. But I think my time is done.
So, good, because you did something about it. Because it would have been bad love if you left it at that,
Because
where you silently were giving up on it.
It's not gonna be in my personality, me, love, diba? I gotta act on it, kahit paano.
Because you love people in that situation.
They feel comfortable. Ito yan. They could be comfortably uncomfortable because they've been there for such a long time,
But also unhappy love.
Yeah, but sometimes they have some reasons, probably valid. Could be, it's a secure job. Yeah, it's a secure job. I already know people around me. I'm comfortable, taking, the car or public transportation going there day in, day out. But am I happy? But it always boils down to that.
Yeah.
If you ask that question to yourself, and if you get to find the answer, then you're giving yourself, a good chance to
Do something about it
and be happy eventually. I think, because that's coming from experience lang.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm the happiest with my schedule. I am the happiest with my schedule now. Like, stress now is like, ano na, it's your choice not to be stressed. The good stress also, But because I made that move, I really had to let go in order to. It's hard to let go sometimes.
It is.
It's hard to let go, but this could be a metaphor, an analogy of some sort. But sometimes you really need to let go in order to find true happiness.
As long as it's not the letting go, giving up type.
Yes, that's. I don't have experience naman with that, but I hope that's not the case. There's so much, there's so much happiness in the world to strive for. Diba? And who knows eh? What if you're letting go and that's a bad thing for people think it's a bad thing. But what if your true happiness lies somewhere else, which people don't even they can't fathom yet.
Yeah.
Diba?
Because that's the thing, love is sometimes how do you know when you're letting go of something that's small for that person, that's actually small issue for that person, but it's actually big for you. Paano na yung ganon? Because I think that's where
No.
That's also where conflict is.
Absolutely, but
I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. So I'm not gonna.
So can we be specific about this?
Let's say
we're talking about
we can talk about relationships.
Relationships, right?
Relationships, or it can be even with friends.
Could be also with friends. Could be with family.
Can be even with the kids.
Well, so an intimate relationship, family, friends, with the kids.
Yes. So
For me,
they do something, and for you it's like okay, I can let it go.
With the kids, it's different.
But to what point can you not let go of that? Let it go anymore.
Ako with the kids, it's different. It depends with their age. It depends with their
intention,
comprehension. Sometimes, kasi you just let go because
He's just being a kid.
It's 4-year-old. He's just being a kid. But when I feel when they reach an age where they can actually understand and comprehend what they're doing, then you explain to them. So for me, communication pa rin is still gonna be the answer.
Yeah.
Diba? If it's small for you and it's big for me, I have to tell you that this is big for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, if it's small, but if it's small for me, and then you do it so many times, small, it could add up and be big. Then again, I'm going to go back to the answer. You have to communicate. You have to talk about it. You have to deal with it eventually too. Because
sabihin natin with friends, love.
Oh.
When do you kunwari, they've done something, they've done something that you don't totally agree with. Do you let that go?
It depends. If I don't have any right to actually, for me, mind your own business. That for me is number one. Mind your own business. But you care, but you have to mind your own business first.
Okay.
Sometimes kasi you want to meddle.
But what if that's your chance to, I mean, clearly you know right from wrong, right?
Yeah, but your right from wrong might be different
to their.
Your set of beliefs might be different.
Would you like to try and share your views on it?
Absolutely. 100%.
Because maybe they're not seeing something.
100.
You might be the person that will shed that light on something.
100% if the time, comes up.
If it's a good opportunity.
If there's a good opportunity. But, diba, sometimes you have other bigger fishes to fry. If you know what I mean, diba? Parang. But yeah, I mean, we can talk about this topic for days, really. But unfortunately,
because there are so many aspects and so many
branches,
in so many ways do we need to let go of things and address things. Yeah. So whatever.
But one thing's for sure, we let go of. I feel that as a couple, we let go of the bad vibes that we we experienced a year ago maybe or 2 years ago, and I truly believe that when we did that, when we properly communicated about that, when we talked about that, in the best manner possible, we are now here, and I feel we are, in terms of the status of our relationship, I think it's at the highest in terms of, being honest to one another, being vulnerable to one another, and having the respect more than anything, and having that open-mindedness to go just progress into becoming a better couple and better parents.
I like that, love.
Yeah. So. we have to let go of you guys because we ran out of time.
But
we have next week.
Yes, we do have next week. So whatever life chapter, whatever situation you might be in, just choose your battles and let go of the things that you feel aren't healthy for you.
There you go.
Okay.
Ciao.
Welcome to the Life Without Volcanoes podcast. I'm Yayon's house.